So it's been about 30 minutes since I put in my dinner in the Hot Logic. And instead of continuing on with my routine, I'm watching an armadillo that's burrowing through the woods in between sprinkles. They're so oblivious to everything around them. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and pull out of our spot and then check out the rest of the park that we could not see last night. Okay, my friends, we are here at destination number 1, so I'm just gonna get checked in and then I will explore my campsite with you.
Take the next right onto North Beach Street.
And then we'll check out the rest of the place. This is part of the Scenic Ormond Loop, which is actually also the same way that we'll be heading tomorrow to explore some more historic sites here in Florida. But as you can see, it's a great fishing and launching spot for kayaking and enjoying some of our lowlands and waterways. And they do have some kayak paths as well. I just drove over the Tomoka River, which was pretty impressive, so I'll have to remember to show you that on the way back out. Alrighty, we are arriving.
Your destination is on the left.
At the Outpost, which is the park office, and where I will check in for my campsite. So hold please, and I will be right back with you. Okay, so the Tomoka Outpost and rental closed at 5 today, so I'll have to show you that tomorrow before we head on to our other destinations. But that's one place you can go there. There's some pavilions, volleyball nets, things like that. Lots of picnic areas to sit and eat. Let's see, park store, boat ramp, restrooms. Yeah, this is the way to the main outpost parking, which I've actually been to many times in the past, although it's been years, so I don't know how many changes have been made since then, if any. And I know every once in a while you can see some deer back here. Maybe some bobcat. Okay, sorry, I apologize. Appears that's the group camp area. They have a museum back here somewhere, I believe across from the outpost. And then past that is a trail that leads to a final parking area with a statue. And that is a really cool little area. I just want to show it to you real quick before it storms if possible, in case we get lucky with any manatees or dolphins or anything like that. I have no idea whether it's high tide, low tide, whatever. I did not research that before booking tonight. This was a total spur of the moment. I had a few places marinating in my head of where I might want to camp, and I was just like, you know what? I feel like being covered in trees, and I bet Tara does too. Let's hit a place like that, explore a few old Florida places, show you guys some of the history of our state, and then ultimately end up at one of my very favorite sites that I've actually stayed at twice before at that specific site, so that I can hear the waves all night long. Because it is right on the ocean on a beautiful beach with no traffic, which just sounds lovely, to be honest. Okay, here's another picnic area and some fishing that we're passing. If I didn't mention, we're at Tomoka State Park. I think I did, but I don't remember for sure. As you can see by the sky, it definitely looks like it wants to rain soon. And it looks like it has been raining, judging by the multiple puddles here in the road. So the campground's pretty far away from the outpost. Here it is right here, the boat ramp, the park store, and the restrooms. And then over here, if you can see to the right, I'm going to take this off, hold please. As you can see out here to my right, I believe that is the museum. I could be wrong, it could just be more restrooms, but I was pretty sure that was a museum and trailhead. So, anywho, I'm hoping that the weather clears up this evening and that we can explore all of this evening. But just in case, I'm going to show you my favorite spot now. That's all the way here at the end. And then if the weather doesn't clear up, we'll play it by ear, because I definitely have a few things planned for us to do in the morning before we check in at our next place. So we'll just have to see. If we get an early enough start, we can probably check out some of this stuff if the weather doesn't cooperate tonight. But hopefully it will. Okay, so this statue is more impressive in full sunlight. It was supposedly a donation to us. There is a plaque that explains the history, so I will make sure to show that to you when we get there. And then there's a really pretty little trail behind it that is actually my favorite, that opens up to kind of an unexpected and beautiful view. I've had dolphins jumping within just a few feet of me. I've had manatees surfacing. So let's go take a quick little walk, see what we can see, and then we'll get checked into our campsite and kind of hang out until it storms. I'm hoping, since it's a quick walk, we can beat the weather real quick and then get to our site before the rain really comes down. Fingers crossed. All right, let's go check it out. This is where the hiking / driving / biking trail dead ends to the historic statue. Or you can just drive down here and park. And then there's a couple of little side paths down to the water. Or you can view the historic statue itself, which is what we're going to go check out now. I was just about to tell you guys, since it wasn't raining too bad, we might as well do it now, but the thunder says otherwise. So this is the road leading back to the campground. It's really beautiful back here. You guys know how I love trees, and there's like lowland, swampy area on each side, so I'm sure that there's lots of wildlife in here as well. Hopefully we'll get to see some of that. We're just here for the night before we go do some exploring. In case I didn't mention it yet, we are at campsite 43. I picked that because even though I don't normally go for immediately next to the bathrooms, I figured in this case it was a deep enough, private enough site that it would be convenient enough for just one night to be right across from the washroom since the weather was going to be iffy. But it does look like there's good privacy and vegetation on each side, so we'll see if I'm right about that. And I kind of liked the location of it. It didn't seem quite as cramped or accessible to the neighboring sites, so we'll see. I normally am pretty happy with the sites I select, so I'm pretty sure I'll be happy with this one too. I do love all the vegetation, of course, so one way, do not enter. Okay, so I am guessing this is the one way. You guys don't make fun of me. I really try. Oh, good, I did it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that reminds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tell me that you love me more. I should turn this so that you guys can get here. Maybe you can. I know it's rainy. Oh, come on, cooperate with me. My fingers aren't that bad. Alright, I'm trying to give you an idea of the campground here. So as you can see, they're really good with the vegetation. The sites are not huge. We just approached the first bathhouse on each side. Nice and large, at least I think that's what it is. I could be lying to you right now, and if I am, I apologize and I'll try to correct it. There's definitely a lot of sites. I want to say 100 in this campground, and they definitely are close together, but unlike Highlands Hammock, which you'll be seeing the vlog for very soon, which, side note, my favorite Florida State Park, I think, to date. But the campground, the family campground, was super claustrophobic. I was not a fan, so I was glad I got the primitive one there. Oh boy, are you in for it, guys. I'm chatty today. All right, we're up to 25. I mean, they seem to be a decent size. All right, let's see what our park rules are. Checkout time by 1. Quiet time between 11 p.m. Eastern time and 7 a.m. Not a problem. Collection of firewood prohibited. Keep pets supervised. Pick up after your pets. Each campsite limited. All overnight guests must be registered. Recommend minors remain on campsite. Digging or removing is prohibited. And then he gave me the gate combo, but he said the gate's not really working right now, so whatever that means. I'm not planning on leaving after hours anyways, so. All right, we're gonna take a quick look here at the restrooms. Okay, we're inside. Alright, not the prettiest or newest, but definitely nice and clean. Hi again, friends. Okay, I am all settled in at camp finally. As you can see, I decided to go ahead and put up my lights that I haven't used lately. I just kind of wanted to feel the ambiance of being out in the woods, just surrounded by pretty, cozy happiness. So, lights it is. I'll show you around a little bit more when I get back, but I'm gonna go ahead and get into my pajamas, get comfortable. I am gonna plug in my Hot Logic Mini to get dinner started so that I can have dinner ready once I'm all ready to settle down. Plus I have to take my medicine with dinner and I don't want to delay that too much longer. So, all right, we're gonna do that. And then if we still have some free time while we're waiting for dinner to be ready, I'm gonna get caught up in my calendar and start editing, hopefully, because I am so behind for you guys, and I am so sorry about that, but I do plan to catch up in the next week or two. I just haven't been feeling the greatest mentally or physically, and I've had a lot on my plate. So as you can tell, when the stress picks up, the voice gets squirrelier, and I can already tell I sound a little scary. So apologies for that, but we're sitting at 80 inside of Terra right now, which is not terrible considering how it is 75% humidity, though. Not fun. But I do have my mood lighting going so that by the time I am done settling in and it's dark, when I come back to the van to get settled in and eat, everything will look nice and pretty, and I won't have anything to do but to settle down and enjoy the evening. So I will check in with you guys. I'm not sure if I'll see you again tonight or if I'll just check in with you when I wake up in the morning, but either way, I will see you soon. One thing I wanted to mention is, I don't even think it classifies as a hack, but I still need a new tank for my soda stream so that I can make my own seltzer water again. But for now, I love these little bottles, and they're the perfect size for my fridge. So I've been starting to fill them with water and then put a couple in the fridge to get cold, so that if I want cold water after a hike or when I get to camp, my only option isn't my drinking water supply that's always room temperature or sometimes hotter. So anyways, that's just a little something. If you have any little reusable waters, aside from the water bottle that you typically carry with you, it might be good to stash them in the fridge so that you always have some cold water to turn to, which is what I'm going to be guzzling down now. And I don't want you to see that because I'm not going to be very graceful about it. So, like I said before, I'll check in with you later. So it's been about 30 minutes since I put in my dinner in the Hot Logic. And instead of continuing on with my routine, I'm watching an armadillo that's burrowing through the woods in between sprinkles. They're so oblivious to everything around them. It's hilarious. Anyways, I really am going to try to be productive here before my dinner is ready, and at least try to get some editing done or read a chapter in my book, or, you know, who knows, maybe I'll just sit here and watch this armadillo for the next 30 minutes before I go shower. I typically, sunset is in about 30 minutes. I typically go right around then, like right as it's getting dark, if I'm not out watching sunset, and tonight's not going to be a night to watch sunset because we're completely cloud covered. I know the camera quality is pretty terrible, but I wanted to give you an idea of what it is like in here at night. I've got normally whatever notebook or calendar I'm working on at the moment. I have my Surface Pro set up there for watching movies. I have my little Jackery in front of me, which I will use to charge my phone, and what I am currently using to power my dinner, which should actually be ready any moment, judging by the feel of it. I've got my water and my nighttime medicine ready to go. I've got my lights on, which my remote for is right there so that I can turn them off when I'm ready. What I'll do once I'm done eating is turn off the main lights and just leave this on as mood lighting and then I'll dim it all the way until I'm ready to go to bed. And then I'll either turn on my Surface Pro or I will mount my phone right here and put on a movie or a show or some YouTube on my phone. And as you can see, since I stopped using the curtain, it really is nice, wide, and open here, but I do still have the privacy up there due to the magnetic curtains. And I've got my headlamp ready to go if needed. So once I finish eating, maybe have a little dessert, and I'm ready to wind down, then I'll do my face routine and brush my teeth, and probably go to the restroom one last time since I'm right near it anyways. I did bring my restroom, but again, I mainly use it as surface area or an extra seat if needed, or to put stuff on like I am now. So it's always handy for me to have. But yeah, that's basically, and then I just closed the hatch right with it still attached in case I want to use it in the morning. Alright, as you can see, it's a pretty decent sized campsite once you're in. It's narrow on the way in, but and I didn't have any extra traffic or noise being by the bathhouse. Got picnic table, fire pit. You can see you're kind of close to your neighbor, but there's a lot of good privacy. Got electric hookup and water if you need it. I did not use it this time. In fact, we'll see what the Jackery is at in a sec. And I'm all packed up to leave for now, because I've got a bunch of places I want to hit before I check into the next camp spot and then actually relax. I did get one video uploaded, well, almost uploaded, so hopefully you'll see that shortly. Alright guys. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and pull out of our spot and then check out the rest of the park that we could not see last night before we head on out. So, funny story. I was coming back from going to the restroom after just checking into my site, and I looked down the road and I saw a friggin' bobcat in the road just standing there. I freaked out. I should have kept the picture so that I could insert it so that you guys could laugh with me. So I run back to my van, grab my camera. I'm like halfway check. Sorry, I have the hiccups this morning. I seem to be getting them every day lately. So I'm running to my van, grabbing my camera, halfway checking my settings to see, okay, am I going to be able to get anything usable? Zoom in, and it's one of the neighbors' cats that's just roaming around the campground. Apparently they brought like 3 cats with them, and the cats were just walking around. But because this one was a big one and the coloring, and I wasn't expecting there to be a domestic cat just chilling in the woods, I got so excited. I was like, yes, I finally am going to have some really cool footage for you guys with a bobcat. But no, it was just a regular cat. So, on that note, I did have a lovely time. It was very peaceful. It rained for some of the time. But honestly, I've been so exhausted. I was planning on staying up late and watching some stuff and catching up on editing, and I just fell right asleep as soon as I put everything up and got into bed. So now we're gonna head back to that statue that I showed you a little bit of last night and make some coffee and then wander around. I don't know if you can see the dolphin feeding way out there. I'm hoping they come in a little closer. Oh man, I just missed one. All right, my friends, that wraps up our time here at Tomoka State Park. It's really a beautiful little park, very peaceful, super close to Ormond Beach and, you know, obviously Daytona and all of the surrounding restaurants and things to do in the area. If you want to kind of have a quiet base camp away from it all, this would be ideal for that too. I just wanted a quiet night to kind of get away from it all and be surrounded by trees and recharge, which is exactly what I got. I hope you enjoyed the beautiful views. If we don't stop at the Tomoka Outpost, I hope you enjoyed my tour of the park and campgrounds and my relaxing time camping here in Terra. Thank you so much, as always, for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one. And if I do stop at the outpost, then I'll have the outro footage just kind of show you what that's like. So, see you next time.